Hey, it's Norm from Tested, and for today's Tested Show and Tell, I want to introduce you to one of my obsessions, my crazy obsessions. It's the world of high-end collectibles. You might call them action figures, but this is no mere action figure. This is the Ironmonger from the movie Iron Man. And you know, he might not have been the best villain, but I love this figure. So in the world of action figures, you have your Star Wars 3.5-inch action figures, you have your 5-inch action figures, maybe even your 6 to 7-inch action figures. What I love are the 1/6 scale 12-inch tall action figures. At 1/6 scale, it means your typical hero, whether it's your Tony Stark or your Batmans, are about 6 feet tall. So 12 inches tall, which gives the modeler and a painter a lot of room to add a lot of detail. And this is actually 18 inches tall, because of course Ironmonger in the movie is a little taller than Iron Man, but still 1/6 scale. So in the world of toys, back when Mattel and Kenner making toys, they were fun, they were cool to collect, but the detail wasn't that great. It wasn't until the mid-90s, in 1994, when Todd McFarlane decided to start McFarlane Toys, and he realized that he could pay a little extra in his factories overseas, add some extra paint, and get some really detailed action figures. And they've had huge success with the Spawn toys, with some movie toys, that stuff. Those are good too. This is actually from a company that I think is the best toy company right now in the world. It's called Hot Toys. They're a Hong Kong-based toy making company, and they do great modeling and great articulating action figures. They actually start off making war soldiers, like G.I. Joe style action figures, but they got licenses to do movie sculptures and movie collectibles. So you have your DC license, your Marvel license, and even your Predator and Alien license. And this is not just a statue, it's actually a posable figure. So there are 60 points of articulation in this figure. And I find that once you find a good pose, you really don't want to move it, since some of it's made of plastic still, so some of the pieces can break, so you don't want to change it too much. But I do like that some of the points of articulation are really stiff. So for example, the hands here, I can move them to exactly what I want. So if I want to have a strong grip, I can actually pose it and it'll stay put. Another cool feature, of course, is that this one comes with lights, the LED lights. The batteries are included, and I can turn on in the front there and in the back here and turn on some lights. Pretty cool feature, right? But Hot Toys isn't just known for their great modeling, they're known for their great faces and great paint jobs. So with this Ironmonger, you can actually open him up and reveal Obadiah Stane, Jeff Bridges. You can't take the actual the figure inside out, but the head is removable. And if you look at this attention to detail, it's amazing. This particular model was sculpted by a Korean sculptor named Koljun. And if you go to his personal blog, you can see that what he does is he sculpts it by hand, by clay. So he has a ton of reference photos. I think one of his most popular ones is a Jack Sparrow figure. He goes in and does dozens and dozens of different head sculpts just to get the perfect likeness as the character, as the actor appeared in the movie. And then they bring this over to a lead painter. In this case, the painter's name is J.C. Hong, and he determines the master paint job. He doesn't actually paint every single figure, but what he does is develop the process and lay out the guidelines so that all the other painters at the factories can apply the paints one at a time, and you can see it's even a little bit of a reflective paint in the eyes, so it looks like they're real eyeballs. The eyes actually don't move in this one. Hot Toys does have a series of figures where the eyes do move, but it's just an incredible likeness, and that's one of the reasons I really love this figure. Now, this is a little bit pricey. It's about the same price as the tumbler I bought last year. It's $480. Sideshow Collectibles is the official US distributor for Hot Toys, so you can't actually buy it from Hot Toys directly. You have to go to sideshowtoy.com. They only make limited quantities of these, but these are still available on sale since they're $480. But I gotta say, this 18-inch 1/6 scale Ironmonger is probably my prized piece of collectible art. And so that is it for today's show and tell. If you have other things you think would be cool to get, post them in the comments below. We'd love to hear them. We'll see you next week. Bye. Tony!